Hey everyone, I'm Connor,
I'm Kyle.
and this is Discography Draft. Wow, it's like you've done this before. Uh-oh. Okay. Maybe not.
For the viewers, they enjoyed that. I'm good.
Welcome. So, hey everyone. If this is your first time tuning into Discography Draft, Matt, who's usually here, but we have a scheduling conflict this week, so he's not here. And don't worry, his truck is not broken down like it was last time. We discuss the albums and artists that have had lasting impacts on our lives, and then we do a fantasy draft of 2 albums from one artist of all the songs from those albums. And the new format that we just debuted last week is that the winner is determined via an NCAA tournament bracket style tournament, which we're still in the throes of, so it turns out. We had a little issue with the championship round.
Pursuit of Happiness. I saw the drama.
It was, yes. We are in, as we are taping this, we're at a deadlock on the poll of 50% to 50%.
I'm going to vote right now.
Between Day and Night and Pursuit of Happiness. So we need to determine a winner of that. And by the time you listen to this, I'm assuming a winner will be determined.
The answer is Soundtrack to My Life, in my opinion.
Well, that one's been eliminated.
It's my sophomore year theme. Let's not get into Kid Cudi.
We can.
Emotional sophomore year.
High school. Oh. Yeah.
I've got some issues that nobody can see.
Wow. Well,
yeah. I was late to a test. Those are the kind of issues I was talking about.
Oh, yikes. Well, did you get held back?
No. But all these emotions are pouring out of me.
Just keep quoting it. So right now we're in a deadlock, 50-50 between Day and Night and Pursuit of Happiness for the number one song. The winner right now, so Ryan, Matt, and I, we are all separated within 2 points of each other. Wow. The winning song of the championship round is awarded 3 points. So whatever one wins this, wins the whole thing.
Pure drama.
A lot of drama. But when we do these, unless it's explicitly stated that we're talking about the remix version, it's to be assumed that we're talking about the original version. Because I've had some discussions with people who have voted, and they've been saying that, like, oh, well, the Pursuit of Happiness remix with Steve Aoki is really good, so I voted for it because of that. I'm like, well, that's not...
Project X.
Yes, there you go.
Yep.
But that's not what it is. It's original version versus original version unless otherwise noted. So there we are. A little heated issue going on with the first one. But that's basically the new format going forward. And it's a little more fun this way. So I don't have a winner to tell you from this last one. We'll tell you next week. So this is Kyle. He also went to Florida.
I'm Kyle. I went to Florida from Orlando.
Kyle Jones Esquire.
That's right. I'm billing my time right now. You're getting charged for this.
Nice.
This is an appearance.
Oh, God.
I'm not cheap.
Well, I wouldn't be either. Are you actually an Esquire?
I am.
Oh,
technically.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean?
Attorney or lawyer. I don't know which one's which. One of them, I think, passed the bar, and one of them is just graduated.
Oh, okay.
And then Esquire is something I don't know. I brag about. That's about it.
Did you ever take a test to get an Esquire?
The bar.
Test squire?
Yeah. It took the bar. That was something.
Uh-huh.
And once that's passed, then you can put the .esq whenever you feel.
All right.
Just to make sure everyone knows, you're one of those scumbags. That's what they want.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you on retainer here at Corner Time. So I had to put out the bat signal to bring in Kyle because, well, you actually DM'd us.
No. My narrative is that you wanted me. I don't know what you're talking about.
I put out the bat signal after you told us, hey, you should put out the bat signal.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we'll get into it. So probably prior to the end of college, so from age 0 to 22,
okay,
I've probably been to about 4 concerts total.
Okay.
One of them is Coldplay. We'll throw that out because I don't want to.
By the way, I heard from JR that you are a huge Viva La Vida guy.
That's not true.
You said that's all you'd play.
No. Let's not get into Coldplay right now. That's a whole other story. That's an extended episode. We don't want to get into that. But the other three, the Coldplay episode, which let's see how this goes. See if I qualify. The other three were Aaron Carter, naturally.
Oh boy.
It was me and a bunch of 8-year-old girls and dads.
What
and
age
my
were
dad,
you?
who was ashamed of me. What
age were you?
In the 8 range, right? 10, 11.
Okay.
Right after he kissed Lizzie McGuire.
Under
the mistletoe? No. Okay.
Is that I literally have not watched a single thing on the Disney Channel in my life.
Okay. We'll move on. So the other two were NSYNC.
Oh.
And NSYNC again. So I had an older sister who's 10 years older than me. She still is 10 years older than me.
Oh.
And older brothers, but they were older than her. So she influenced me heavily. And looking back, going through this JT catalog, I'm realizing that I only like boy bands and pop guys. It's bad. Like, I didn't listen to classic rock growing up. A little bit of alternative, a lot of rap now. But from age about 0 to 18, it was pretty much this kind of music. And it wasn't until probably 18 I was able to say that out loud and admit that to people and realize I know every word to every one of these songs. This isn't good. This is
oh boy.
And it's shout out to Allison.
Okay.
She's listening.
Shout out to Allison. You're listening.
That's my sister, who is obsessed with JT. So that's how it all started.
So
I'm well qualified for a music podcast.
All right. Well, so that means we're doing Justin Timberlake. Which albums, you say? You know, he only has 4 albums.
Yeah, solo albums.
We
got the 3 NSYNCs.
Yeah, but I was looking at. So we're doing Justified and FutureSex LoveSounds. I was looking at this. I'm like, I know he's only done 4 albums, but it seems like he's been around for so long that surely he's had more than that in his post NSYNC career, which is like 20 years long. But he's basically coming up with an album every 5 years or so.
He took a long break, right, from 2020 to Man of the Woods. Is that right?
Yeah, that was
like 6 years, maybe.
Something like that. Well, because
I went to Man of the Woods tour.
Okay.
And it's not these albums.
Right.
But we'll see. He's in the studio.
That's good.
Those are what my sources are telling me.
That's all we can ask for.
With Timberlake, too.
I love me some Timberland. By the way, you know what? I'll say it. He's my favorite producer ever. Dr. Dre's great. Scott Storch is great. But it's whenever you hear a Timbaland song, you know it's a Timbaland song. Yeah, it's like something about whatever sounds he uses to make up the instruments. Yeah, it's like easily identifiable as Timbaland.
It's true, and it's just we're gonna get into this, but you cannot help with JT via Timbaland. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, not the boot.
Timbaland. You can't help but it's a to quote the kids, it's a vibe. You can't help but get going. And JT's not a lyricist. I don't think he claims to be. But he creates feelings with his music, in my opinion. Not to get too deep right off the bat, because there might be tears here soon. We talk about Crimea River and all the implications.
Oh boy, yeah.
But you can't help but dance.
No, we'll get into it. For me, my history with Justin Timberlake, obviously starts with NSYNC. I believe. Okay, one of my No Strings Attached was either the first or second album I've ever owned. I can't remember if that was the first one or
second.
Or if
NSYNC was the first one.
No.
Oh, sorry, spoiler.
Sorry, that I have personally owned.
That was your second album you owned, I know for sure.
The first one or the second one was Now That's What I Call Music For, which really, if you go back and listen to those songs, really just takes you back. You got Blue Dabba Dee by Eiffel 62. It's like they don't make music like that anymore. And but I remember, so I'm the youngest of 4 brothers. My 3 older brothers are all significantly older. 2 of them are twins. They're 7.5 years older. The other one is 11.5 years older. And I was born in 92. Which meant NSYNC was like really popping off when I was 6-ish, and I would listen to NSYNC all the time, and my older brothers would give me such crap for it. They're like, "Why do you listen to that?" I'm like, "Because I'm 6, and this is great. It's fun." So that's my history of Justin Timberlake. But I also, like, when you think about it, okay, No Strings Attached, I think came out in 2001, but it feels like it came out in like 99.
Yeah.
I
2001?
I think so.
When was the first album? Like 97?
It was.
Which was just NSYNC.
Yeah, it's so yeah, NSYNC was May 26, 1997.
Wow.
And then, oh my gosh, they had 2 Christmas albums in between that one and No Strings Attached.
Of course.
No Strings Attached. Oh, sorry, March 2000.
Okay.
But I think a lot of the. Well, no, that's not even true. See, Bye 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 was a single January 17th, 2000. But I just associate.
What a way to ring in the millennium.
I'll say, but I just like if you were to say bet your life on when Bye 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 came out, I'd be like 99.
Late 90s.
Yeah, and that's what I just associate NSYNC with that. But lo and behold, they're actually a little later than one might think. All right, enough.
They
about
formed
NSYNC.
in Orlando too, I believe.
Yes, they did.
And I think Lance Bass and Joey Fatone are from Orlando. Is that right?
Well, I'm proud to say I don't know that off the top of my head.
Come on now.
But I
Can you name all the members? Quick trivia.
JC
I just gave
Chazé,
away 2 of them.
Lance
Can you
Bass,
name the other guy? Is what I'm trying to say.
JC Chazé, Justin Timberlake, Joey Fatone, Lance Bass, Chris Kirkpatrick, aka Trip Skylark.
Okay, good. Very impressive.
My shiny teeth in me. Honestly, his claim to fame. All right. Well, that's NSYNC. We're here to talk about Justin and his. You know what? The ramen noodle haircut that he used to rock. It's so funny to look back at.
It's hot.
I know. And all right. Well, anyway, it's funny to think like a guy with that haircut ended up marrying Jessica Biel.
Yeah, it was a long road to get there, and he persevered through the ups and downs. He was on an SNL skit because he's a famous SNLer.
Yep.
With Sandberg, and he was acting as if he was his own ancestor. Follow me here.
Okay.
Let me take you on a journey, podcast listeners.
Okay.
He was acting as if he was his own ancestor, and they're coming to Ellis Island.
Okay.
And he said, in the future, my great grandson will sing very high pitched like a woman and be a sex symbol. And it's just incredible. You look back, and he just sings falsetto, and he's got those blonde curls, and he is the man.
He is the man.
You can't fight it.
No.
And he popped more than the Backstreet Boys. Anybody from the Backstreet Boys, not even close.
For sure. Yeah, the Backstreet Boys. Well, it's like I think his counterpart, Timberlake's counterpart, was probably Nick Carter in terms of Backstreet Boys. But there's just, I mean, I don't know who from like a boy band, honestly, ever, unless I'm blanking on someone, had a solo career this prolific.
I think we have one coming. Is this the boy band podcast? Can we get into It's Harry Styles, probably.
Sure.
But he's on his way, and that's really it. There's no one that's close to this guy.
Yeah, One Direction broke up a few years ago, so it's not. There's still plenty of time for him to catch up, and I would assume,
we'll circle back in 10 years for Harry.
Well, yeah, we'll do the Harry episode. We'll see where we're at when I'm 40 years old.
That's a good time to talk about Harry Styles.
Yes, and all the skirts he wears, etc. All right, well, so Justified, debut studio album by Justin Timberlake, released on November 5th, 2002. Kyle, where were you at in your life when this album came out?
4th grade, studying for the FCAT, which is a Florida writing test.
Take me back.
And I knew all the words to definitely I call it a big 4 on that album.
Right.
Spoilers for the draft.
Yes.
Senorita,
Yep.
for sure. Like I Love You, Rock Your Body, and Crimea River.
Yep.
And I remember being very passionate about Crimea River because it was about the breakup with Britney.
Yep.
And I was just Team JT all the way.
How can you not be? Well, so for me, All right, November 5th, 2002, I would have been in 5th grade. I don't, to be honest, I have, prior to this past week, I've never listened to this album all the way through. I'm very familiar with the song.
It's a shame.
Honestly, it is. I think the issue was I felt ashamed that I've been so gung-ho about boy bands prior to that, and like the taunts of my brothers have finally got to me, that around this time when NSYNC broke up, I was like, all right, let me get into like different kind of music. And this is when I like really started to transition into liking rap, and Usher, which is like rap adjacent, but
Similar guys, JT and Usher.
Yes. So, but the whole like boy band thing, I was like, I don't really want to do this. So Justified came out. I didn't really want to listen to it, but I obviously couldn't escape Rock Your Body, Senorita, Crimea River. They were just on. I mean, this is still MTV era. That's on. The Rock Your Body music video was on like MTV Jams all the time.
See, just when you say "Rock Your Body," to dun, 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 you can't help it.
I know.
The videos are great too.
That's yeah.
The music videos great.
It really stands out.
Especially Crimea River.
Oh boy. So yeah, I was in 5th grade, Pineview School.
Set the scene. Walkman.
No, not at that point. I don't even think I had a CD player then. I don't know what I had.
I had a Walkman that played No Strings Attached over and over again. It might have been in 02 at this point.
Huh?
It's embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing because we're embracing this.
That's right. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I don't really have. Prior to this past week, I didn't really have much of a relationship with this album, so I don't think I necessarily have a lot of memories tied to it, other than MTV and this would come on and that kind of thing. What I didn't know until I actually found this out on TikTok, like I would say a month ago, was that the majority of the tracks for this album were actually originally written for Michael Jackson.
I did not know that.
Yep. So by the Neptunes, which is Pharrell and whoever the heck else is the dude.
The other Neptune.
Yeah. and
the
Pluto.
rest of the Neptunes.
So yeah, it was originally written for Michael Jackson, and then they later modified it. And then I think Timberlake got involved to some extent. But that was like, and now when I listen to it, and it sounds sort of like Michael Jackson's later, the sort of the sounds you would hear for his music later on in like the late 90s, early 2000s. So it's like, oh yeah, this makes total sense. I could totally see some Michael Jackson song being on the Rock Your Body beat and working well.
Yep.
So.
And he is an iteration of Michael Jackson.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a known fact, and I'm just putting that together. But he is a early 2000s, late 90s version of Michael Jackson. I'm not saying he is MJ.
No, of course not. But he was dancing like a son of a gun.
I watched, in my deep research for this pod, I watched most of his VMA performances.
Justin?
And they hit every time. Justin, yes.
Okay.
I didn't want to veer off into MJ. We stick to JT. But they're so good.
Uh-huh.
They're so good. Every song, and he's dancing and singing throughout. There's very little lip sync, which I appreciate.
It's exhausting to think about.
He's not doing the Justin Bieber thing where he covers his mouth with the mic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's killing it.
Sorry.
He's
passionate about JT.
He's undeniable.
Yeah.
So this album sold 439,000 copies in its first week.
Is that good? I don't know what.
I think, yeah. So, well, especially nowadays, it's like those numbers are so skewed by the fact that people don't buy albums anymore. So it's like you start to see, like, for example, Man of the Woods to this date has sold 422,000
It's more than I expected.
copies. But that is less than what was sold of Justified in the first week, largely because it's like Man of the Woods comes out in 2018, so it's like you have Spotify and
Yep.
whatever else you're listening on. So you're not going to buy an album. So then it's like, well, what constitutes, how many streams then constitute an album sale? And it's just, the whole thing's wacky. So this is, I mean, it's good. Yes, 439,000 in the first week is good, especially for like a debut album. Worldwide to date, it has sold over 10 million copies. So that's
Good for JT.
I know. About 4 million of those came from the United States. And yeah, so it had 5 singles: Like I Love You, Crimea River, Rock Your Body, Senorita, and Still on My Brain.
What?
It was released as a single the same day as Senorita.
That's a bad move, man. Senorita, top karaoke song.
Oh, interesting.
Let me just point. Yeah, I just want to put that out there. We'll talk about it more.
I'm a big
if I
karaoke
can
guy.
get a hold of it on my roster. It has crowd interaction. It's not too long. It's a little long.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can riff with it. I don't,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Because JT does a lot of that.
Yeah.
While there's
Okay.
music going on.
Yeah.
Think about it for your next performance.
I got to get to Big Daddy soon. It's been so
I was a
long.
little pitchy on that. Can we edit that out?
We'll fix it in post. So he recorded this album in like in the 6-week period that NSYNC was on hiatus. He wrote and recorded this.
Dark days. 6 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yep. Which, well, now you probably know this then. When did Celebrity come out after this? NSYNC?
No.
Oh, no. It was the year before.
Yeah.
4th and final. That's such a bummer.
Last concert in Orlando, Florida. I was there. How about that? I'm just going to say it was their last live performance. I'm just going to run with it. Don't look it up.
Well, they had some weird reunion thing a few years ago, but that doesn't really
VMAs.
count.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, here we go. Critical reception. What do you think, Metacritic, from 0 to 100, what do you think the average score is?
I need some form of. What did Thriller get? Just kidding. I'm not looking.
Okay.
I'm not looking. I can't see that far. I'm going to go a little lower.
All right.
67.
That is a fantastic guess. It was 68 based on 14 reviews.
14 reviews.
Yeah, I don't. So let me break this down. The meta scores, the categories of them, and what they mean. Universal acclaim for films, television, and music is anywhere from 81 to 100. Generally favorable reviews, 61 to 80. So this would fall under that category. And I think pretty much everything we've done falls under at least that category to this point. Mixed or average reviews is 40 to 60. Generally unfavorable is 20 to 39. And overwhelming dislike is 0 to 19.
Okay.
So this received generally favorable reviews.
It's about 85% Rotten Tomatoes. That's where I would peg it.
They don't do that, do they?
You'd have a hard time not liking it, at least liking it, in my opinion.
You're talking about Justified?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. Robert Christgau of The Village Voice.
Sure.
With a name like that.
Yeah.
He said, though his talent and character were there for all to see, who knew he'd turn out this heady or beatwise?
What is beatwise?
I don't know. Maybe having to do with beats. I don't know that beatwise is.
Is that a negative thing?
Here we go.
Beatwise.
We're gonna look it up. Beatwise. I'm seeing something on SoundCloud. There's apparently a dude named Beatwise. It doesn't seem like it's an actual word, and I think it is, but maybe it has to do with beats. I don't know. Let's see. Christopher O'Connor commended the Neptunes production while praising Like I Love You and the Janet Jackson collaboration and She Said Take Me Now, saying how the songs show that Timberlake, quote, has the balls to pursue the A+ list. It's like, well, yeah, he's kind of like a huge deal.
It's very beatwise. No, absolutely. He already had the balls to pursue it when he started NSYNC.
Yeah, he also had the balls to pursue Britney Spears.
Yeah.
How about that?
And he pulled it off for a period of time. And then
Yeah.
she Kevin Federline. But we all make mistakes.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that's justified. We can probably go forever on that. But the next one we're doing is FutureSex LoveSounds, released September 8th, 2006.
I love the album art.
It's fantastic.
It's a lot. Justified is like a 1992 sci-fi 4 p.m. show in the background.
Yeah.
You get the purple skies going on. And you might be on Pluto. I'm not sure where they are here.
It's unclear.
But
Neptune.
Yeah, there you go. That's the rest of the Neptunes.
Uh-huh.
But the Smashing the Disco Ball is
Oh, yeah. Where were you at in your life when this
I
came
remember,
out?
so I have a distinct memory of listening to Sexy Back for the first time. So that probably was before the album release. We could probably see if that's true.
Yeah, so
I
Sexy
assume-
Back came out about a month and a half before the album.
I was in the back of Jonathan Rossi. Shout out. He's on
Shout
the
JR.
rest of he's on the Corner Time Network family of podcasts now. Right?
He is, when we
Not to
dropped the
promote.
first episode of, to promote,
Yeah.
upcoming episode of, or the inaugural episode of The Cornies, which is dropping in a couple weeks. He'll be on that.
There you go. Little side promotion.
There you
I was
go.
in the back of his mother's car, Suburban. And Sexy Back came on.
Shout out to Beth.
I love Beth. Beth loves me.
Oh.
Nope. Sexy Back came on, and I had no clue what that was, and I thought it was sung by a woman, for sure. I thought I was in middle school.
Well, it came on the radio?
Came on the radio.
Okay.
So it was a untarnished. I didn't know who this was. I'm not influenced because I love JT,
Yeah.
and it sounded. It's robotic. That was my robotic impression. Change that in post.
Well, okay.
And I had no idea what it was. Fast forward a week later, I was into it big time.
Okay. I had just started freshman year of high school. And I remember this is when like iTunes was really starting to be a thing, buying individual songs off of there. For whatever reason, when I think of Sexy Back, I think the first time I heard it, maybe not the first time I heard it, but I remember listening to it a lot when I was playing Halo 2. I mean, what a year. 06.
Best game of all time.
I like
podcast.
it. Definitely a different one. But dual wielding needlers, I mean, that's the most OP.
Dirty babe.
Yeah, everyone the guy explodes and
You see
flies out
these
the map.
shackles, baby. Yep.
So, Sexy Back. I mean, what else could it make you think of other than Halo 2?
Needlers.
Yes. All right. So it had 7 singles. Oh my gosh, that's like the whole album.
I can only name. Can I just name them?
Yeah, go ahead and
Can
try
I
and
just
guess.
take a guess?
Go
I don't
ahead.
know if that's a segment.
It can
Sexy
be.
Back. Summer Love, My Love. That's 3. What
Yeah.
Goes Around Comes Around. Those are the big 4.
Yes.
And then probably Love Stoned.
Yep.
Probably FutureSex LoveSounds.
Nope.
Probably not. Ooh.
It was one of the ones we brought up earlier that has 2 versions.
What was
Until the End of Time.
Until the End of Time? Sorry.
And then also Sexy Ladies.
With Will I Am.
No, that's
50 Cents on the remix.
50 Cents on the remix.
There was a rapper on one of the versions.
I think so. Nope, not on that one. Not that I know of. Not that is credited as being featured. Will I Am's on Damn Girl.
That's right. Damn, girl. Okay,
Yeah.
Got it.
So it has.
I'm sorry, Justin.
He's
I know
listening.
you-
We
I know
know he's
you're
listening. I know. He's a big Memphis
He's
guy.
screaming at his car radio right now. 50's not on that song. It's Will I Am.
Come on, Kyle.
You know me. We
Uh,
locked eyes in 2001.
By the way, if you're on the Wikipedia page for FutureSex LoveSounds, under background, it's a picture of Justin Timberlake. The caption: Timberlake in 2006. He's walking with a golf club.
He's a golfer.
He looks like the thing of like the Bigfoot thing.
Yeah.
He looks like that. Big golfer, the baggiest clothes you'll ever see. Make Michael Jordan blush. So it has been added to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's musical library and archive. It has sold over 10 million copies worldwide. Peaked at number 1. Justified only peaked at number 2 on the U.S. charts. But they've kind of sold a comparable amount of units. FutureSex LoveSounds is a tad more successful. And I think justifiably so. Like this is he made his justifiably. He made his name. He made his name with NSYNC, but then like solo album Justified. It's like, all right, this album rips, and then it's like, all right, well, 4 years in between that and the next one.
4 years, wow.
Yeah, between 02 and 06, this came out, and then it's like, all right, Sexy Back is the leading single off of it, and it's undeniable, and people are flocking to the album, and it's fantastic. We'll go
ahead and go with it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Metacritic, what do you think they gave it?
It's great lyrics. What was the last one? 68.
68. Yep.
69.
Fantastic guess. They got it. They gave it a 70.
Wow.
Based on 25 reviews. So Torque commended Timberlake for, quote, managing to surprise with an eclectic collection of sounds and in a good way. Katie Kroll of Billboard noted the album sound as, quote, bit different, but the music's sex appeal remains a force to be reckoned with. Something we all strive for.
SEX, that word has got to be in half the songs, like the song titles.
It's a lot of them. But
love or sexy?
It's, yeah, probably.
It's trying to tell you something.
I know. There's as if there's a theme. But, I mean, don't we all just strive to have a sex appeal that's a force to be reckoned with?
We do. I'm married.
Yeah, no doubt. And then Ann Powers of the LA Times suggested that the album is not, quote, an easy listen at first, but, quote, repeated listening helps the tunes unravel.
I agree with that.
I do too. There are some, we'll talk about it, like some, like what kind of, you took a while for you to come around to, but my answer for that one is on this album. And I think
mine is as well.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
It is. There's some that are, I mean, the singles are just awesome. And the non-singles are, I think, at first listen, okay. And then the more you listen to it, you're like, oh, this is actually really good.
I agree. I think the highs are higher on Justified, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the better solid album. There's many more B's on this album, if you follow me. Where Sexy Back might be an A. But I think there's several B's. Justified's got the big 4. And then there's a stout drop off. Spoilers. I'm giving you my whole research.
Yes.
My scouting department is furious with me right now. Just spoiling everything.
Yeah, it's like, well, who would it be like? Like the Justified is the current iteration of the Lakers, and then FutureSex LoveSounds is like the Bucks.
That's good.
Milwaukee Bucks.
That's good.
So,
Detroit Pistons 2004.
There you go.
FutureSex LoveSounds. Miami Heat 2012. Justified.
Okay.
Let that. It's not gonna make sense at first, but like Justin Timberlake, over time, when people listen to this podcast 3 years from now, they'll get it.
All right. 3 years from now, man, it's a timeless episode. That's what I'm hoping for. So between the two of these albums, how about this? We haven't even done this before, so we're breaking ground.
Didn't prepare for this.
One of these albums, you completely remove all memory of having ever listened to any song from it from your mind, and you will never hear any of those songs ever again. Which one are you? Which one are you eliminating from time?
Guy anymore. I'm eliminating FutureSex LoveSounds.
I think you have to.
Unfortunately,
it's a bummer, but
because I can't live without my wife, and then I can't live without Senorita, Like I Love You, Rock Your Body, and Crimea River. She's listening, and my mom, who's also listening. Rhonda.
Shout out to Rhonda. All right. I would. Would I agree? I think going into this past week, I would have killed off Justified, but just because I didn't like really listen to it beforehand. But over this past week, I think I do like Justified a little bit more. Well, so there you go. So,
That's a good question.
Hey, thanks. So we'll get into the draft. Basically, what we're going to be doing, the ground rules for this is, so FutureSex LoveSounds, for some reason, there's like 3 versions of the album. So we're going where it's like, so he has these medley songs, and then as you go from the regular version to the deluxe version, like one half of the medleys is like cut off from one and attached to another song. So we decided that we're going to be...
He's an artist.
Yes, he is. So we decided that we're going to be drafting based on the deluxe version. So if you're building your big board, you're drafting at home, that's what we're going on. We also threw Boutique in Heaven, which appears on...
Threw it out.
It's on the iTunes pre-order. It's the iTunes pre-order bonus track. So it is on Spotify. It has a FutureSex LoveSounds.
It's on Spotify.
It is. But
I'll be right back.
you have to specifically look up Boutique in Heaven because the album art is FutureSex LoveSounds, but the album is Boutique in Heaven single. So that being said, I don't know that any of us are going to draft it, but it is draftable.
There it is.
So Until the End of Time, Sexy Back, and Sexy Ladies all have a different version. Like they have multiple versions when you get the deluxe edition. So how we're going to do it is they're all on the board and eligible to be drafted. But if I draft Until the End of Time with Beyonce, that then eliminates both versions of it Until the End of Time from being drafted for the rest of the draft.
Until the End of Time.
There you go. So that's basically the rules for that. We're still going to be drafting 10 songs each. The bottom 8 will have a play-in round. So seeds 13 through 20, they'll have a play-in round. And then that'll determine 13 through 16. Then we'll do the round of 16, et cetera.
I think that's perfectly fitting for his discography.
Yes. So here we go. We'll flip a coin, a virtual coin. Since you're the guest, what would you like?
Heads.
Oh.
Confident.
All right. Let's go to
Sweating.
justflipacoin.com. Tails.
Oh, jeez. I didn't want to be burdened with this decision, so I'm actually secretly thrilled about this. You decide if you're first or second or third, right?
Correct. So
Good. That's your problem.
So since I won the toss, that means since we do a snake draft, I decide if I want either the first pick or the second and third pick.
Right.
Oh gosh.
I've been tossing. I've been thinking about this a lot, more than anything else.
So have I, and I'm really torn on this. I think I'll take the first pick.
Okay, you're a coward.
I feel like I know what the number 1 overall seed is in
to.
everyone's mind, so I need to
But
take
it's
it.
like you have to. It's not exciting. Go ahead.
I know.
Sorry.
But
I don't want to ruin your first pick.
But hey, it's like Trevor Lawrence.
You have to.
Yeah, you'd be a fool to not do it. Maybe it won't work out, but no one's gonna fault you for taking
Exactly.
him.
You won't get fired.
There you go. Unless you're Urban Meyer, and then you go to some sort of bar and you get fired for another reason, and then hopefully ends up at Florida again.
3 years from now, when people are watching this back.
Speaking of firing people, fire Dan Mullen.
I can't attest to that.
So the first
Scott
pick.
Strickland might be watching.
Well, he might be. He is watching.
He is watching.
He's actually doing.
Scott, warm up some coffee.
He and I are doing Backstreet Boys next week.
Scotty.
Yeah. So first pick in the draft, I'm taking Sexy Back.
Huge mistake. Did you see the interview while we're talking about Sexy Back of how they came up with this beat? Did you see that YouTube video? So it's JT and some BBC guy.
I don't think so.
And JT said this is how it happened. He said Timberlake was beatboxing the and he said JT fill in basically, and JT said I'm bringing sexy back, and then he just went with it.
And then Timberlake goes,
yeah, riff, and Tim was like, yeah.
That is funny. I love when like those little just unintentional ad libs get thrown into songs where
now keep saying that for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah. And it's now a part of the song. All right, so that's my pick.
Okay, second pick.
Yep.
Is Like I Love You.
Oh.
Something about you. The way you're looking at me, I'm looking at you, whatever.
Ding, 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 ding.
The third pick.
Okay.
I have a tier system here.
All right, that's interesting.
And I think it's just the way I draft. The third pick is Crimea River.
Okay. I had that at 2. I thought that was.
Say?
And now do you have something to say about Crimea River? Because you've been sort of teasing us.
Not much. It's a great song. Great music video. Great song. And I think it's beatbox a lot in the middle, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
And I think that is Timberlake.
Yes.
That was a letdown.
So, yeah, Crimea River. A fantastic, an all-time classic breakup song.
Sad boy song. I hear you talking about
Sad boy songs, that's
That is
right.
a sad boy song.
It's a sad boy song.
That's what I had to talk about. That has been sung in my car passionately.
Oh.
Damage is done, so I guess I'll be leaving.
Yep. Okay, well, there you go. So
At 9 years old.
All right. So with the fourth pick,
You want to talk about it or?
not really. I'm looking at my top 8. I'm looking at what I have at number 3. But I can't let. I know like if I take what I have at number 3, what I won't take of the 2 that I could take.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Like
So with that, I'll take Rock Your Body at number 4.
Damn. There's no way that was slipping. So can I ask you?
I had it at number 4, so I was going to take it no matter what.
So would you have taken Like I Love You?
No, I had that at number 8.
I could have slept in Like I Love You.
Yeah.
My draft board's in shambles. Let me rearrange everything.
We'll be back. And then
Head at number 8.
with the 5th pick, I'll take Senorita.
That's my tier 1. Just got all drafted. I have a tier 1, tier 1.5, tier 2, tier 3.
Okay.
I should be telling you all this.
I mean,
I could have slept in that is disappointing. Well,
I was
when you
frankly
know, you have to
stunned
secure
that was your first. I was thinking like you're for sure taking Crimea River.
I got it third.
No, I mean like with your first pick.
So what was your number 2, Crimea River? Then what was your number 3 on your big board?
I haven't drafted it yet.
Oh my god.
I had
flight
so
strategy.
what I have done. So what has been drafted so far?
Yeah.
Sexy Back at 1, Crimea River 2, Rock Your Body 4, Senorita 6, Like I Love You 8.
Okay. Well, this does not go as planned. We mocked this.
And these are also, they're not like separated by that much either.
No, they're not.
So
There's no shame in any of these picks.
right.
There might be later. My next pick is What Goes Around Comes Around.
Okay.
Which I think is Crimea River Part 2.
I love it. I have that as number 5.
You know what they say? Not different song.
And now you want somebody.
Enjoy your lonely nights. The end of the song is great.
I love the Comes Around interlude.
And you need a girl, my heart bleeding girl. Go listen to it on your way home. That's a classic case. That's a scenario.
I was listening to it when I was going to pick up Bento earlier.
Girl, you got what you deserve.
And now you want somebody.
Stand.
By the way, I'll just say it right now. That is one of my best lyrics since we drafted Crimea River and What Goes Around Comes Around.
Yeah.
I had these two. I couldn't pick between the two of them. From Crimea River, you told me you loved me. Why did you leave me all alone? Now you tell me you need me when you call me on the phone. Girl, I refuse. You must have me confused with some other guy. The bridges were burned. Now it's your turn to cry. Just, it's such like a F you to a breakup. And then
To Britney Spears.
Yep. And then what goes around comes around. We're basically just saying it. And now you want somebody to cure the lonely nights. You wish you had somebody that could come and make it right. But girl, I ain't somebody with a lot of sympathy. You'll see.
Goes
around, comes back around.
All right. This isn't a karaoke podcast.
But you just gave me an idea.
Senorita, on your way home.
Take it to
You're
Big
already
Daddy's.
home, but once you leave the corner.
Corner Time Network Studios.
Yeah, from the studio, once you get home. Okay, so where are we? I have another pick, I believe.
Yes.
I currently have Like I Love You, Crimea River. What goes around ... / comes around, I believe is the title.
Interlude.
There's a lot of dots. Okay, so to me, I'm debating between two.
Yeah.
This is a part of the top 8.
Okay.
And my pick is ain't no other woman that could take us by my
all right, that's
my
what
love.
That's what I have at 3.
Thank God. That was your 3.
Yeah.
So in his concert in 2018, he played just the Timberlake, My Love. He just played that, and everybody went nuts. I'm like, this song it slaps.
It's
really
awesome.
Good.
Also, I'll tell you this: since this one technically isn't on the deluxe version, but
featuring T.I.
Well, I guess it is. It's the I Think She Knows interlude, which when you in the original version, it's I Think She Knows interlude / My Love. So it'll start off. It's like my love, my love,
it's
my
slow,
love,
long
my
transition.
love. Yeah, that has I've recently I've been bumping that. The
Do you turn it off once you get to?
No. Because I have downloaded LoveSounds. I Think She Knows interlude.
Yeah.
Or is that? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe it's not I Think She Knows. I don't know what it is. Whatever the one on the original version that precedes My Love, I've been listening to that specific thing recently. And then the transition into My Love is awesome.
Yes.
So there you go.
Let Me Talk to You.
That's it. Let Me Talk to You prelude / My Love. Love that part. So
this
anyway.
is the easiest pick of the draft, in my opinion.
Okay. With the 8th pick, I'm taking Summer Love.
Now that's in my thoughts is that is your big 8.
I agree.
That is JT's 8 biggest hits prior to the rest of his discography.
I agree. And then with the 9th pick, I'm going to take...
You got a great team.
I know. This is tough. This is so hard.
Now we're entering tier 2. I have 3 songs in my tier 2.
I think so do I. So do I. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm
playing games.
I'm gonna take.
Just do it.
LoveSounds. I Think She Knows interlude.
Are we giving superlatives right now? That is
you can,
the song that's grown on me the most in the past 2 weeks.
Oh. I've always loved that song.
The entire song to the very end in the shower.
Yeah, when it switches to the little acoustic guitar
I love it. And it transitions. It's a long transition. I think it's got to be like a 6-minute song.
Yeah.
I love that song. I'm disappointed. That was my next pick. That's top of tier 2.
I had that at number 9. So
that. We're gonna disagree here.
10th pick. Oh, maybe.
But it's your pick. No, you just picked.
I just did.
Summer Love.
Summer Love and LoveSounds.
Okay. This isn't easy, but I'm gonna go FutureSex Love Sound. I like that song a lot. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I know I need to appeal.
The namesake.
Right. And with the name, I think people will vote for it more. I think we have a kind of an Elite 8 run with FutureSex Love Sound. Because people will see that.
It's the Loyola Chicago.
Correct.
Sister Jean.
I think, yeah.
That gets me excited for what I am now able to take with my next 2 picks. Because it doesn't matter what you take here. The next 2 I'm thinking we're going to.
Very possible I made a mistake. I did make a mistake.
You did. I had that at 15.
I did this correct. Listen to the song again. Until the End of Time, featuring Queen Bee.
Okay. I had that at 10.
Okay. Now, the way I get votes here, I need you to put featuring Beyonce on the vote.
I will, yes.
When people see Beyonce.
That was my thing. I was like, should I take this at 9 and get the Beyonce vote? But I think
The Beehive.
I didn't think I needed it.
Wow. Cocky.
I'm just making a sexy back.
Yeah, I'm disappointed you have Sexy Back.
Well, all right. So with the 12th pick, I'm going to take a song that I absolutely love. Oh No, What You Got.
That's top of my tier 3. What you got for me? Oh no!
Me. Oh no.
Girl. Yep.
That song's awesome.
I have a problem where I can remember lyrics and I can do the whole song once we get it going.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time doing song title to, oh, that's what that is song.
I can.
And all these JT songs from here on out, you could convince me there's something else.
Yes, the thing with
they're all 2 to 3
Justified.
words, and yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope I take what I mean to take.
But Oh No, What You Got is, I think, is the most underrated song of all these because it's not a single, and I was stunned to find that out.
Really?
Because it is single worthy, but it isn't a single. And it's also, I think, probably the best beat in my opinion. Just really gets me going.
Mine is Like I Love You. It's not really a beat, but it's.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't. Yeah.
Diddle-diddle-diddle. I know, it's like you're about to swashbuckle.
It's exactly what I think. Sharpen your swords.
Yes. And then, all right, so with the 13th pick, I'll take Chop Me Up.
Chop Me Up is trash.
Are you kidding? That song is awesome.
That's I have to look at the.
With 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was gonna say. That is my most recently. I played this on the way in. This is for the podcast.
Oh, it's not liked.
Viewers. See that? How I turned it off 20 seconds in? No.
That song.
You can have
that
it.
song's awesome.
Go have a good time with that song.
Oh, I will.
Oh, I got 2 picks here. This is where things.
By the way, so with Chop Me Up is the first of the play-in round songs. So everything.
And that's a perfect cutoff. IMO.
That's fine. Yeah, I agree.
No offense.
I would have. Well, I mean, I would. If we had drafted my top 13 the way I have it, because you have FutureSex Love Sound for some reason.
Boom, boom, boom. It's got a great beat.
Okay.
It'll grow on you.
It sort of has.
Where did you have that? You had it unranked? Or
I had it 15.
deep? So it would have been drafted. You would have drafted it.
But it would have. But I would have had my top 12. Chop Me Up would have been number 12 and not in the play-in round.
Gotcha.
So anyway, all right, number 14.
I had Until the End twice. Let me just get rid of that real quick. We don't want to mess up there. We're going to go. And I don't feel great about it. I don't feel great about this.
Okay.
Just let you know. I'm going to go Sexy Ladies.
Which version? Remix or non-remix?
Non-remix. That's the 50 Cent one, right?
The remix has 50 Cent.
I don't want 50.
Okay, understood.
He doesn't pull. He doesn't have the pull that Beyonce does. I need Beyonce on the roster. I don't need 50.
All right.
You have 3-6 Mafia. I have Beyonce. We'll let the community decide.
Yeah, I have Memphis on my team.
Where was Sexy Ladies on your list?
19.
Okay. Is there
But I also had the remix.
Nah.
I was like, well, if I'm getting 50 Cent for free, I'll take 50 Cent.
I'm going to go Right For Me.
Ah, okay.
Yep. I stand by it.
I had that at
Probably like 26.
25 out of 26.
Yeah, well, you're wrong.
Huh? Okay. So, all right. So number 16.
Yeah, Right For Me is great. Sorry, I had to hit the first note.
I don't think it sucks. I didn't think it.
That was Right For Me.
Okay. All right. Well, number 16, I'm taking Losing My Way,
That was my next pick.
which has also grown on me a lot because the first time I heard it, I thought it was trash. He's like, "Hi, my name
There's
is
2
Bob,
versions
and
of
I'm
this?
working my job." No, just one.
What's?
I don't think there's 2.
Yeah, don't worry. Yep. Don't worry about
But
it.
he's like, "Hi, my name is Bob, and
Yep.
I work at my job, and I make $40-something a day." I heard that. I was like, "What is this about?"
Yep.
And it turns out it's about smoking crack.
Yep.
I'm like, "Have you smoked crack before, Justin Timberlake? What is this
The
song?"
streets of Memphis.
Apparently.
Does that have the orchestral at the end?
Yeah. Because
The choir?
yes.
It gets kind of gospel-y at the end?
Yes. That's that one.
I do really like that song.
It's pretty good. And then, all right, so with the 17th pick, I'll take It From Here. Well, you like that one?
Those are my next two picks.
All right, well, that's such is the way of drafting.
Mm-hmm. My next pick is Take Me Now.
And she said, "Take Me Now."
Sorry, I didn't have my parentheses correct here. And she said, Take Me Now.
I had that at 23.
23.
I know.
Am I going too personal? I don't know what's popular after the Big Eight.
That
Really don't.
me neither.
Like, who knows? I guess you're going to find out.
Yes.
And I'm going to secure Damn Girl.
All right, I had that at 24.
Damn Girl.
I actually hate that song.
I don't love it either.
What did you draft it for?
Because I think that's the Will.i.am song.
Yeah.
I think it's a little more popular than the rest of these guys.
All right.
See how the strategy plays out. Let's wait till next week to decide.
Okay. Well, so with the final
Is that my
pick,
last pick? Oh.
that was your last pick. With the final pick, I'm taking Last Night.
That was
Last Night.
It's the final song on my tier 3.
There you go.
Final song on my big board.
I also, so my top 20 was,
Look at that. You took it off. You took it all off.
well, tier 1.5. So the ones in my top 20 that weren't drafted, at 17 I had Never Again, 18 Another Song All Over Again, and at 20 Still on My Brain.
I like Still in My Brain. I think the Neptunes were high on that. I thought I read something about how Pharrell did that one, and it might have been a single even, or it was going to be a single.
It was the final single of Justified.
And I've listened to that over and over again, keep thinking, like, this could be a sleeper. I just can't get into it.
Yeah, it's...
But I think it'd be a quality pick.
Yeah.
Losing My Way is my regret. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. I think your regret is Like I Love You.
No.
With the first pick?
No. Second pick. And
No,
my-
your first pick.
the second pick. Absolutely no regrets about that.
Oh my word! I just didn't. I would have for sure had, and I did have it ranked: Crimea River, Rock Your Body, and Senorita ahead of Like I Love You. I think they hold more weight. That they're
You
more
had
popular.
Crimea River, Rock Your Body, then Senorita, then Like I Love You. Crimea River, Rock Your Body. I think Like I Love You is... I disagree, respectfully, obviously.
Do you think Like I Love You is the most popular song on Justified?
I think I think it's number... I think it's number 2 behind Crimea River. And I picked them at the same time.
Okay.
Sorry for the rounds.
All right. Well, let's recap what we have. So I had the first pick.
I think Crimea River is the most popular.
It is.
Okay.
Well,
And you have Rock Your Body. Okay. All right.
I'm just in my mind. I don't remember ever seeing Like I Love You on like MTV. Maybe I just missed it, but to me it was always Crimea River, Rock Your Body, Senorita. We're like
I love Senorita.
yeah. So here we go. My team is Sexy Back, Rock Your Body, Senorita, Summer Love, Love Stone, I Think She Knows Interlude, Oh No What You Got, Chop Me Up, Losing My Way, Take It From Here, and Last Night. Do you want me to read yours?
I'll read mine. I have Like I Love You,
Okay.
first pick of my draft. Now I got to double down. That's my favorite song of all time. Crimea River, what goes around, .. / comes around,
Interlude.
My Love, Until the End of Time featuring Beyonce, FutureSex / LoveSound, Right For Me, Sexy Ladies, Take Me Now. Damn, girl.
All right. So in a vacuum, you're looking at all these songs that are draftable, maybe one that wasn't drafted. You know nothing about Justin Timberlake. You know nothing about the song. You never heard the song before or what it's about. What song title most intrigues you?
I think it's and I've thought about this question. I think it's FutureSex Love Sound.
Oh, okay.
It's hard not to see what that sounds like.
FutureSex is like, what does that even mean? And also, LoveSounds sounds gross.
Let's find out. Let's find out together. Play. And then Crimea River, I think, is up there too.
Crimea River is my answer to that. It's just like Crimea River.
It's hard to disassociate it and put it in a vacuum as well.
Yeah. Did you say your best beat?
It's Like I Love You.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. A quasi beat. Best lyric?
It's hard to say Sexy Back's not like the most monumental beat.
It's the most well done, but but it's also, I've heard it a million times that maybe that actually is my answer to it, but Oh Know What You Got has really...
Oh no, girl. Yeah, that's a good song.
Best lyric?
Oh
boy.
This was more of a comedy answer. As I said before, Justin's not a lyricist. I don't think he would say he was.
Uh-huh.
I have two top lyrics. I have Don't Fear Me, Baby. It's just Justin.
Sounds like the title of his like memoirs.
Don't Fear Me, Baby. He loves talking to intros music.
Yeah.
Don't fear me, baby. It's just Justin. And then I have End of Senorita of Gentlemen, good night. Ladies,
good morning.
Pregnant pause. Good morning. You got to laugh at the I love that's
he's slick.
A hit, yes. But you are correct. The real best lyrics is Crimea River.
Yeah. What about most overrated and underrated songs?
Sexy Back, I think, is the only one that can be overrated. I would argue. You can just, you're probably going to say Like I Love You.
I'm just not going to say, no. Because I'm not going to say, it's just, honestly, my answer is that there are no overrated songs. In terms of the ones that are like well grounded in radio plays, I don't think any of them are like, this song can take a walk. Maybe Until the End of Time, if I had to choose one, like that is a single. It's not fantastic compared to the rest of them, but my answer would probably be that there are none.
I didn't know that was an option. I didn't see that as an
I
option.
just like, it was a single.
Yeah,
so.
it's Sexy Back for me. And then next question, my most underrated.
Yeah.
The one that's, and it's also the one that's grown on me the most. It's Love Stone.
It's fantastic.
I really like that song. And then now it's Like I Love You.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll say, shoot. Especially after the draft.
Clearly, my draft shows that is the most underrated song.
Yeah. Mine is Oh Know What You Got because it wasn't a single. I think it's awesome. It's got a fantastic beat. And it's also my put it in my ears moment. It's the entire chorus. I'm just like, this whole thing is just get me going. Song. Yeah. What about your put it in my ears moment?
I really like the end of What Goes Around Comes Around. When you cheated, girl, my heart bleeded, girl. It's just kind of, come on, Justin.
Yeah.
Come on.
Even if you've never been cheated on, it makes you feel like you have.
Yeah, well, now I have.
Yeah. You cheated, girl. My heart beated, girl.
Is it bleeded or beated?
Oh, sorry. Bleeded.
Bleeded. Not a word.
I feel like I've always thought it was beated.
My heart bleeded, girl. I don't know. And then Senorita, it's hard to pick out the put in your ears moment. I love the intro, though. I think it's a great start to the album, too. And it's like Pharrell introducing him.
It's my pleasure to introduce you.
He's a friend of mine. Yes,
him.
Yeah, all that.
And he goes by the name Justin.
And then you hit the wow all the way
from Memphis, Tennessee. Oh boy. Well, you know who else is all the way from Memphis, Tennessee? Is campaign of the NBA final runner-up Phoenix Suns. But I mean, I just kind of gave away the entire thing. Was that Justin Timberlake's from Memphis, campaign's from Memphis. Did you know he played high school basketball in Memphis?
What?
He did.
Tell me more.
He played high school basketball in Memphis. He apparently, allegedly, young Matt Walker, who normally sits in that chair,
right here,
played. That's correct. Wow. Played against Campaign in high school.
Get out of town. What did he drop? 40 on him?
Who, Matt?
Yeah. No, Campaign.
Matt dropped 40 on Campaign.
Wow. Cam might write into the show.
He might. He might even be on the show. Well, cut it out.
That's good.
Doodles.